Have you ever felt like the world was against you? Like every step forward was met with a mountain to climb? That's exactly where Daniel found himself. Just an ordinary guy, with dreams as big as anyone's. But life had other plans. It started small, lost job, a broken down car. But then, the hits kept coming, one after another, until he was standing in the rubble of what he thought was his life. His savings were gone, his confidence was shattered, and the future he'd so carefully planned was nothing but a distant memory. He felt completely lost, adrift in an ocean of disappointment and despair. In his darkest moments, Daniel remembered a story his grandfather used to tell him about a single tree standing tall on a windswept cliff. Storms would rage, winds would howl, but the tree never broke. It bent, it swayed, but it always stood firm. His grandfather said the tree's secret wasn't its rigidity, but its roots deep, strong, and unyielding. This story, a simple childhood memory, sparked something in Daniel. He realized he had been focusing on the storms, on the external forces he couldn't control. He hadn't been paying attention to his roots. So, he decided to start digging. He didn't look for a new job right away. Instead, he started with something small. He began waking up early to watch the sunrise. Just sitting there, watching the world awaken, gave him a sense of peace he hadn't felt in years. He started exercising, not to get fit, but just to feel the power in his own body, the simple act of moving, of breathing. He reconnected with old friends, not to ask for help, but just to share a laugh, to remember who he was before the storms hit. Each small act was like a shovel, digging deeper, strengthening his roots. He picked up a new skill online, something he was always curious about but never had the time for. It was challenging, and he failed more times than he succeeded. But this time failure didn't feel like defeat. It felt like learning. It felt like growth. With every small win, his confidence began to return. Not in a loud, boastful way, but in a quiet, steady assurance. He started to see the hardships not as walls, but as weights in a gym. They were heavy, yes, but lifting them was making him stronger. The man looking back at him in the mirror was no longer a victim of circumstance. He was a survivor. Daniel's big break didn't come from a lottery ticket or a lucky phone call. It came from within. With his newfound skills and unshakable self-belief, he started his own small business. It was built on the very passion he'd rediscovered during his journey inward. It wasn't easy. There were new storms, new challenges. But Daniel was different now. He was the tree on the cliff. He cooled bend. He cooled sway. But his roots were deep. He learned that true strength isn't about avoiding the storms of life. It's about building a foundation so strong that no storm can ever wash you away. So, if you're facing your own storm right now, remember Daniel. Remember the tree. Your strength isn't out there waiting to be found. It's inside you, waiting to be cultivated. Start small. Tend to your roots. Watch the sunrise. Take a walk. Learn something new. Connect with someone you love. Each small act builds your foundation. Because the storms will come, that's a guarantee. But so is your ability to withstand them. You are stronger than you think. You just need to start digging. Thanks for watching. And if this story resonated with you, consider subscribing for more. Take care.